Welcome back to the Fanspeak Network, fresh off 500 subs, Tyler. The highway to 1K begins now, and we are here for another DraftKings draft. We are live. We are back. I'm with my co-host, Tyler Hicks. Tyler, once again, did anything happen in the NFL this week?
Yeah, I mean, the Colorado guys had their workouts. It looks like Travis Hunter's going to the Browns. Shedeur just scheduled a visit with the Steelers.
Wait, last week you said Shedeur was going to the Browns, Tyler.
That's what I thought, but the odds now shifted to Travis Hunter. So I'm telling you what the odds happen, spread. I don't determine the news.
Okay. What do you think that if you were to guess right now, what would you say?
I still don't know. It's the Browns. I mean, I think they should draft a quarterback, but who knows?
I was hype off the report that we might get him at 6.
I don't think you guys draft him at this point.
I do. I think they'll take him at 6, even with Geno there. Mike Robb says, is there a warning for when you draft Daniel Jones on stream? Maybe flash your safe word. All right, and so this is cool because thank you, Mike Robb, because so I knew that we weren't going to have a lot of news to talk about, Tyler. So I was listening to the other content here on the Fanspeak YouTube network. Make sure you're subscribed. And from articles at fanspeak.com. And so I was listening to Andrew and Justin. And, Justin picked Malik Neighbors over Puka. And he was saying target share, right? Okay, I'll give you that. Upgrading quarterback. And I'm sitting there and I know like Daniel Jones sucks and he'll never, top 15 is the ceiling, 15th best quarterback is the ceiling. But is Russ and Jameis that much better? Your thoughts, Tyler?
What, Russ and Jameis better than Daniel Jones?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, are they that much better, really?
I mean, maybe we got to give Daniel Jones a chance outside of that Giants system, but from what we've seen, yeah, they're pretty far ahead of him. Even with Russ's deterioration and James just being a wild case, like they're still much better than him.
Okay, so you agree with Justin there?
He basically has the turnovers of Jameis and no explosive plays.
He can still push the ball down the field, and he can run better than Jameis,
but he doesn't.
Well, we'll see. We will see. All right. How much controversy do you want me to manufacture, and when do you want to jump in here?
We'll give it a couple more minutes. I mean, there's only 11 people watching.
Okay.
Okay. 2 more minutes,
right.
And then we'll jump in the
I'm
draft.
not disagreeing here. He says Daniel Jones is not good. You can read the comment on the screen if you want to know what he really said. Yeah, I'm not saying he's good. I'm just saying, are Russ and Jameis that much better? Really? Really? I mean, Russ,
I don't think they're that much better, but they are. They're a level
slightly
above
better. Slightly better. But let's now take into a fantasy context. How many more catches does this really mean for Neighbors? How many more touchdowns? How many more yards? Doesn't seem like a lot to me. Like, even when Russ was doing good, George Pickens was making, like, crazy catches. It wasn't like he was out there just threading the needle and dropping darts and everything. Jameis is good, I'll admit, especially for fantasy purposes, but I don't know. Then he has his games where he's just terrible and you're not going to get any targets because he's going to throw 4 interceptions.
Yeah.
Clyde said that satellite must have fallen on your head. All right. Okay, Clyde, tell me how great Russell Wilson is in 2025. I don't care about 2014. Tell me about the greatness that is Russell Wilson, Clyde. I'd love to hear this.
All right, we'll go.
Mike Robb says Winston has a much higher ceiling, but also a much lower floor than Jones somehow. Fair, I agree. Russ, I think, is a wash, so kind of even out over the full year. That's what I'm saying too. I'm not saying that Daniel Jones is great and Russell Wilson's terrible. I'm just saying I just don't think it's that much of an upgrade.
Yeah.
He's on the Giants, Clyde. He's on the Giants.
Here, we'll go ahead and jump in the draft now. Go ahead and count it down. 5,
yeah, and then we can go back
4,
to whether or not
3,
Hudson Genty will go to the Raiders.
2, 1.
Yeah, I'm waiting for Meg to jump in here and tell me 17 running backs are going in the first round.
It's going to be 2.
Who do you think loves what more, me quarterbacks last year or Meg running backs this year?
You quarterbacks last year.
But you can see why, dude. I was thinking about it. Look at this class. No wonder I was so excited last year.
Next year's class is really good.
Really? I was listening to a pod on the way before I listened to Andrew and Justin, and they were bringing up a lot of players that have like flaws. Like other than Arch, who's really that good.
I mean, the Penn State kid would have been the first overall pick in this draft.
Drew Aller.
Yeah, it's like 6'6", big quarterback. He'll probably translate well. The kid at South Carolina, Lenore Sellers, he looks really good. Kid at Clemson, Cade Klubnik. The kid at Arizona State.
Who's Arizona State got?
Sam Levitt. The kid at LSU, Garrett Nussmeier.
Yeah, I wasn't sure about Nussmeier. I actually brought him up because I was really impressed with him last year. And I was asking 5-star because he's really good at college and NFL and talking about how these guys translate. He wasn't sure about Nussmeier, and he's an LSU homer, which made me a little concerned. All right, let's see. So Clyde says, let's see. So we will see exactly how much better Russ will be better than Daniel Jones. Both these guys will be better than your grammar, that's for sure, Clyde. He says, it will be very different for NYG. Mike Robb says, Meg is 2 more Scatabo posts from getting a retraining order. I think you mean restraining order, but I appreciate the attempted humor there, and I got
correcting everyone today.
Well, I'm pissed because nobody agrees with me, so now I'm fired up, Tyler. This is like when you guys used to do all those LeBron posts in the chat. Tyler, not the PSU guy, he's buns. So Clyde is very good at not identifying talent, but at identifying people who suck. So when it comes to finding people who suck, Clyde is the best talent scout on YouTube.
I know this is completely off topic. We're still at 4, but can we talk about the Nuggets coach getting fired just out of the blue?
Yeah, I mean, NBA is dumb. How do you fire coaches right before the playoffs? It just
you fired him. You fired him and the GM. And
it's just like we thought Taylor Jenkins getting fired was dumb, and then Denver does it too.
I can't believe they fired him. Did you see that he called out players for not watching film? And supposedly that just started a whole thing.
Probably. Do you think Michael Porter Jr. works hard? Do you look at that guy and go, that's a hard-working guy right there?
Not at all.
That's a bring your lunch pail to work type of guy, right? I mean, can you imagine if Pittsburgh had an NBA team, he would get run out of town the very first week.
Yeah. You think Jokic ends up leaving?
I have no idea.
Is he going to the Lakers spread?
Don't know, don't care. Well, I don't want him to go to the Lakers, so I do care about that, but does the NBA get worse and worse, dude? I was watching the college basketball last night thinking, dude, we might be doing college basketball rundown next year, Tyler. I might make a switch and we'll do the Big Ten and we'll do the SEC or something.
That was a good game last night. I mean, Houston controlled most of the game, but Florida was able to come back.
Heartbreaking, dude. Heartbreaking. Florida's already won 2 in my lifetime. Will Houston ever get another chance?
That's really 3, sad. Buddy.
Yeah. So it's the 3rd one. They've already won 2 before this.
Yeah.
Henko, you want to come be on the stream? You want to come draft? Bro, is Aaron Rodgers ever going to go to Pittsburgh?
I have no idea. I'm trying to think who's won the most national championships that I've seen basketball-wise. It's got to be UConn. They've won 4 in my lifetime.
I'm trying to think for me. How many has Duke won? North Carolina. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what I've seen the most of.
Yeah, because UConn got the one with Kemba, they got the one with Shabazz Napier, and then they just got the 2 back-to-back. So yeah, they're probably the highest for me.
Yeah, I'm gonna Google it real quick, and then also looks for some more NFL news, some more NFL NFL hot takes. Okay. So the most of all time is UCLA. The second is one of your favorite teams, Kentucky, bro.
Yeah, but they won all those way back, and they've only won one in the last 20 years. That was Anthony Davis and them.
Why does AI tell me that they won in 2029?
Maybe they're telling us something. Write that down.
All right, I'm trying to think of other football hot takes that I have. The satellite fell on my head, Clyde. If I told you Tyler Warren's going to the Jets right now, would you want more or less shares?
Less. I don't like that quarterback situation.
Everyone sucks according to you, Clyde. Clyde, according to you, the only good quarterback is Patrick Mahomes. And Josh Allen's all right.
Did we talk about Joe Milton getting traded to Dallas?
Does that mean a lot?
I mean, that could mean Dak could get traded, like our guy Clyde's saying here.
Would you really trade Dak and run it back with Joe Milton?
I think Joe Milton could be legit.
Okay.
And if you want off of that money and you got to pay Parsons also, you can't pay Parsons, Dak, and CD. So that gives you the quarterback on a cheaper deal for now. Even if he plays, unless he's just flat out elite, you really don't have to pay him that max deal his first time. You got to pay him too. So I don't hate to get that, bro. I just don't know where they would trade Dak to.
I think there's plenty of teams.
We're in spread.
All right. Cool. We'll make the joke about the fact that we're at pick 9. Is it 9 really?
8.
All right. I'm going to talk about this from Tim real quick. Tim, I just want to say I always see the great comments that you leave under the videos too. So we would appreciate that, right? If you want to help us out, if you're enjoying the content, but you can't afford the full-on subscription to fanspeak.com, just leaving a comment on the YouTube helps us out. It boosts the algorithm somehow. I don't even know how, but it does. Okay. So Tim says, I thought Brady was going to make the Raiders a winning organization, but not throw with Geno as QB. Will be decent. All right. Thoughts on that? Everybody comes in and talks about changing the culture. And I just think that he does not want another embarrassing 4-13 style season. Is Geno going to make us a champion? No, we're not a championship contender. But we can win 8 to 10 games now, right?
For sure. And Geno's been one of the better. He's been one of the better passers over the last 2 to 3 years. So
yeah, and he's been behind a terrible line. It's rare that going to the Raiders will be an upgrade in pass protection, but it is.
Yeah, he's getting an upgrade in pass protection. His weapons are getting a downgrade, but he gets Bowers, he gets Myers. They'll probably draft somebody for him. I don't hate it.
Yeah, I don't.
And it's just like you said, it's a slight bridge quarterback. He might be there for 3-4 years in the end. But
it's just changing the culture, right? For example,
yeah, you change up the culture.
The Steelers aren't going to win the Super Bowl this year either, right? I mean, I can't consider, even with Aaron Rodgers, they're not contenders to me.
I totally agree.
Go put $1 on the Steelers for me. I'm keeping your dollar, and I'll just give you the 100 to 1 or whatever.
Yeah,
I think but the Raiders want to at least get to that where we're respectable. It's going to be, even though they're not a contender. Do you want to play the Steelers in Week 14? Do you want to see the Steelers, right? So
no. By then, the last couple of years, that's when you do want to see them because they're figured out at that point.
Because that's the point where TJ Watt's steroids are just,
he's hurt. They're running the same 3 plays on defense.
Yeah.
It's just easy.
How long do the Raiders actually have to build, though? Carroll is too old to have a long build. Okay, well, first of all, the guy's the youngest 71-year-old of all time, right? He could easily go 4 more years. And in that time, he'll just choose a replacement. like he wanted to do in Seattle before they kind of forced him out.
Yeah, he's almost like a bridge coach too. Like he's going to get the culture right, and then another coach is going to take
get the
them
culture
over.
right and handpick his successor and work with them for 3 years, and probably get a cozy front office job like he was supposed to have with the Seahawks, you know, and be an advisor like Mike Shanahan did for a little while with Denver, I believe. So, okay, I got to make it full screen again. I'll jump back to your comments here real soon. Okay, so what are we doing here, Tyler?
We can go wide receiver. We can go Derrick Henry. It's up to you. We could stick to it in this range. There should be there's going to be multiple wide receivers to pick from.
Okay. You want Puka or Malik?
We can go Puka. We can go Neighbors. We can go Derrick Henry. It's up to you.
Let's not do Henry this time. We got enough Henry.
Let's go Puka.
Okay, fair enough.
Trust the quarterback.
Eat that, Justin. Yeah. We don't believe in Russ. All right.
I watched Russ this past year. He stinks.
Some of those Russell moon balls had me fooled last year. No. First of all, let's give Russell Wilson credit because he did something that Justin Wilson didn't do. Or not Justin Wilson. That was a friend of mine that I bounced with. Justin Fields. He gave his players opportunities to make plays, right? Because Fields wasn't throwing those balls. You know, I'm saying Pickens was making these great catches, but Russ was giving him the opportunity. He's putting the ball up there and he's going, hey, it's a 50-50 ball, but I trust you that you'll come down with it. You know, 50-50 to Pickens is 80-20. So he gave his guy an opportunity to make plays. Like, I'm not like all out on Russ. I'm just saying I don't know how much of an upgrade he is fantasy production-wise compared to Daniel Jones. I mean, probably gives you a better chance to win games, but I don't know. Maybe I've been hanging out with JC Zargo too much.
Tyreek Hill at pick 11 seems a little early.
It's aggressive, right? All right, who are we targeting next? Because usually we already have a running back right now, Tyler.
I mean, depending on how this falls, we'll target one of the running backs. Just judging by our next pick range, there's still going to be some wide receiver ones, but we'll see how this board plays out.
Bowers?
I wouldn't mind some JT here.
You don't want Brock Bowers?
No. I'm not drafting a tight end this early.
I know. I think he's an awesome player, but it's just the price tag's too high.
Price tag's way too high.
Yeah. Do you think he'll drop as this season's gone on? It doesn't seem like I thought he was going to go down. Doesn't seem like he is.
I don't think he's. Yeah, I think he's going to hold right where he's at.
So McCaffrey's gone up and Taylor's gone down. Did you notice that? That doesn't make any sense.
Don't get me wrong. He's had some spike weeks, but he only had 2 like crazy good weeks.
Yeah, the only reason he was so dope last year is because we were getting him at pick 100.
Yeah.
Right?
JT
so your 9th round
A-Chain.
guy is awesome. You know who I want. I'd much rather have A-Chain.
We'll go A-Chain.
All right. What were we discussing? Price tag on Bowers, too high. Yeah, you just can't take a tight end in the 2nd round. We got a while before we're drafting, right?
Yeah, I'm throwing the board.
All right, I'm gonna head back to the chat. Okay. I was a bouncer for a high-end club, Mike Rob. I'm not big enough to like really do like a real nightclub. Like I couldn't do like a Vegas nightclub or like a strip club. It was a very high-end club. When is NBA rundown? I'm gonna do that after this. Can you tell me if Magic -3.5 is a good bet? I'm going to ask Tyler about that afterwards. You know, as I was doing my prep this morning, Tyler, I was actually starting to like Atlanta.
I haven't looked at much NBA.
All right. Well, I'll take care of that. Right now, Clyde, it's Atlanta or pass for me, but let me finish off because I looked like 5 hours ago. So a lot of stuff can change. It was 4.5 in, so maybe something has happened. So. All right. Tyler, who are we targeting next? And did anything stand out to you from the way these people were drafted in the first couple rounds?
I mean, the only thing that stood out to me was them taking Tyreek Hill at 11. You get the big board pulled back up. Yeah, everything else seems like it's
who's in here from our chat? Anybody? Let's see. Anybody?
Nobody.
They just know how good we are, Tyler. No one wants to go against us. Bro, they're ducking us. Now I know how Gennady Golovkin felt. All right. What are we targeting next, Tyler?
We can go Kyron if he's there.
Set up a little Ram stack. I like everyone on the screen except for Bucky Urain.
I gotta hit a refresh. I don't know what's wrong with it. Oh, it's completely
And
logged
Josh
out.
Allen.
That's nice.
And Josh Allen, I think, is getting drafted too high. Unbelievable. What happened here, Tyler? Right,
DraftKings just decided it was logging me out. So
yeah.
Hopefully we don't go. I mean, I tried to get him queued, but I don't know if I got him queued. So this is awesome. Hopefully it takes me right back into the draft. Yeah. Okay, we're up next. Cool. All right, we're on the board with 10 seconds. Or no, 21. They fixed it for us. I think we should go. Do you want Devontae Adams to stack, or we can go Marvin Harrison?
Devontae.
Or DJ Moore.
Or DJ Moore. DJ Moore. Did we get him?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, we do.
I don't know what's happening with my computer.
I know, dude. It's like my computer. What did you get, Starlink, yesterday?
I hope not.
Bro, do you have wild turkeys in your area?
Yeah.
Have you ever killed one and ate it?
No.
Do you think I should?
I heard that they taste like more gamey than a normal turkey.
You want to know my brother-in-law's redneck way to defeather it?
What's that?
You get an old dryer you don't want and put it in there.
It's not a bad idea.
All right. Clyde says, it would make my day if I was in every best ball league you guys made a video about and I just took the guys you say you want. Clyde, nothing's stopping you from doing that. Felix Castro did that last week.
I know.
Clyde.
You're
late to the party on that. You're biting Felix's style.
Look at Josh Allen still on the board at pick 36.
I think it's hard. When you draft a quarterback that early, the opportunity cost is just so high.
I mean, Lamar went 14th.
Yeah, but that guy's out to lunch. He took Tyreek, Lamar, and Marvin Harrison.
That dude's asleep at the wheel.
I mean, that might be okay. If we had we got a little while. Go back to the draft board.
We got 4
That
picks.
is my least favorite team. If I were to trade places with anyone right now after 3 rounds, obviously I like our team.
I don't like 3 running backs to start, but
I don't either because I love the rookies, but I would still rather have it than that other guy start.
True.
Tyreek, Lamar, and Marvin Harrison, who might not even be good this year. Unbelievable. You know who I want, right, Tyler?
Hampton. You want us to reach for Hampton?
That's right. Actually, we can do Brees Hall too if he's still on the board. Okay, he's gone. I'll take Hampton. Are we waiting for Stafford or Caleb, or do we care?
I say we wait.
Okay. I like Hampton. I don't
like
want
Chase
Rashee
Brown.
Rice. You do?
Yeah, but Chase Brown just went.
Oh, good. He's gone. I didn't want him. I don't want to argue about that. I want Hampton. We like Devontae. I'll take him. You can scroll down a little bit if you want.
We got a pick coming back up in the 50s. Let's take Rashee.
You think so? I'm worried about a suspension.
They kind of talk down his suspension, like he's not going to get it.
Yeah, bro. They should just let these NFL players run over people and beat people up, dude. It's so stupid.
Just let him free for all.
Yeah, I mean,
I also think he's going to bounce back from injury pretty well. And you just look at his 3 games he did play last year, 2018.
No, when he played last year, he was a stud. It's just
he's going to get all the targets underneath. Like he's going to still be their guy.
Does Clyde even read what's going on? I don't have FanDuel.
He has no idea.
That's
He's
his
asleep
excuse for
fully.
not drafting with us right now. Unbelievable. All right, Tim says, I did not watch much of Marvin Harrison, but he fell way below expectations. And you know what, Tyler? Doing my off-season research, depending on like which like wide receiver guru you listen to, some people thought he got good separation, others didn't. I
He
personally
was
thought
very
he
good at
didn't.
route running, but I thought his separation.
It doesn't mean you get separation. I
Yeah.
can be a great route runner. No, everyone can cover me. I'm slow as fuck. Tim says, was it him not separating or something? Not being able to compete strong at the NFL level? Well, two things. Yeah, his separation wasn't great. But number two, for an elite route runner, isn't that one of the worst quarterbacks? Right? A guy kind of improvising, playing style, right? For a route runner, you want like a Peyton Manning. I hate to say it, even a Derek Carr.
The new question is, which team would you rather have? The Tyreek Hill, Lamar, Marvin Harrison Worthy, or Derrick Henry, Brian Thomas, Josh Allen, Jaden Daniels?
Wait, which one?
Look at this last
terrible. Game. That's terrible. And I don't like this second one either.
What, Cook, Mixon, Montgomery?
We better advance out of this one. Bro, if we don't advance, we should just we should actually listen
don't
to
say
Clyde.
it.
No, let's not go that far, but yeah, we better advance out of here.
You know who I want here.
Who?
We need a running back.
Kenneth Walker?
No.
Najee Harris?
Yeah.
Fine. Felix can't get mad this time. Screw you, Felix. I'm still pissed about last week. And he hasn't noticed he's not here this week. Notice he's not here this week. He's still mad at us. I can't believe we lost an internet friend.
We started early.
I lost an internet friend over Najee Harris, Tyler.
We got him again, spread.
Yeah, Felix.
We got to get this exposure up.
Felix isn't even in the draft, and he's trying to snipe us right now.
So we're back up in 7. I don't hate taking Waddle here if he's here on the turn.
Bro, I can't believe this guy here in the 11th spot doesn't have the worst team anymore.
Depends on what they both do right here. He took Patty
Okay,
Mahomes.
he might. What the F is going Tyler, if we don't advance.
James Conner.
I'm not the worst pick.
He's wide receivers. What's
2 quarterbacks before a running back, though? That is aggressive.
We left our guy Derrick Henry out to dry on that team spread. That was messed up. And
well, he got Debo. Cool.
you can get some correlation, I guess. Let's see what this guy does.
Yeah.
This little box on the end is so intriguing to watch draft.
I know.
Aaron Jones.
Wow. I don't like that team.
We're just hating on these guys' drafts.
They're probably watching right now thinking we're jerks.
All right, I want either McMillan or Waddle.
Or Jennings. Or
Yeah.
Travion Henderson. Let's go.
So there goes McMillan.
It's got to be Henderson.
I mean, Waddle gets us the Miami stack.
Fair enough. Take Waddle so I can get Henderson. Take Waddle.
Then we can queue up Tua.
He took Chris Olave.
It's not a bad pick if the dude plays all year. If. Big if.
Same with Waddle. And Rasheed. Sounds like our
Queue
whole
up all
team.
our quarterbacks.
If Rasheed Rice gets suspended and we lose to the 11 and 12 hole, I'm going to be pissed. What if these two guys, the 11 and 12, are the top 2 in this pod?
Then we're doing something wrong.
Yeah. No, we'd have hella injuries. A-Chain goes out week 1.
Dude, the first team
Rasheed Rice is suspended for 12 weeks.
The first 2 teams are definitely the ones to worry about. They might be built a little weird, but
no, that second one's not good.
Saquon, James Cook, Joe Mixon, Dave
Montgomery's like pointless at this point.
Montgomery? He's
Like
still
how
going
much
to
should be
score.
like round 8?
He's still going to score touchdown spread, and it's going to get him double-digit points.
Maybe. Or it could be Raheem Mostert this year.
I don't think that they dial him back as much as Mostert got dialed back in Miami. Mostert was also hurt.
Well, Mostert was hurt, right?
Yeah.
Oh, thank God Rainverse took him. I definitely think the number 2 team's the worst now.
He's filling out his receiver room. Ridley.
Number 1's not that bad. He can fill in pretty nice from there.
Yeah, he's got to get a running back like ASAP. He don't take one here, he's dead.
He's going to take a rookie. He's got to take a rookie running back. High upside.
This pick decides if his team stays alive or not. Judkins, good pick.
Love it. I love it. That guy's good.
Flip back over.
Who we get next?
Probably need to get in on the running back market, but I'm not liking what I'm seeing at the range we're picking at.
Scatterboo.
Yeah, let's pick the guy who's ranked at 116 at pick 80.
Oh, my bad. Now let's take another receiver, dude, and we'll get a running back on the way back.
Probably just take Shakir if he's there.
I want Diggs. You like Shakir more than Diggs?
I do like Shakir more than Diggs. Shakir was a guaranteed double digits last year.
Diggs might go off as a number 1, though. Talk about Malik Neighbors' target style.
Off a torn ACL, though?
You know Shakir. I mean, he's a number 1 in a way better offense, right?
He's a number 1, and I mean, just look at this. Look at the game log. He only had 1, 2, 3 games or 4 games all year where he was single digits. 13, 10, 19, 10, 13, 22, 11, 12, 15, 24, 16, 12, 12, 10.
Remember when we all thought, who was that guy? Jamison Crowder? When they were getting drafted right next to each other. Who was it? There was one veteran. No, Curtis Samuel. There was some Bills receiver that I kept drafting that was a veteran. I thought was going to do great.
It was one of those. Curtis Samuel was there last year.
Was it Curtis Samuel?
Yeah.
I think I kept drafting him. All right. Can we do running back now? Or what do you think?
Either have to be running back or we get Caleb and get our quarterback spot.
Let's grab Caleb.
Okay. Because my other recommendation was going to be maybe Jonnu Smith to make that Miami stack.
Because we can take shots on all those rookie running backs in the last, rounds 11 through 16. There's not a lot of shots you can take at quarterback there. Egbuka, dude, he seems to be moving up the board, or I just listened to a bunch of pods that like him.
He's going to be the number 2 to Diggs. That's what I'm hearing.
He's going to get picked in the second round?
New England's going to take him.
In round
Might
2?
even be a late trade up in the first round. I think we're going to take Caleb.
All right. Let's look at some of these.
All right, Brett, how do we feel about this corner team again?
He's terrible.
What about the other one?
Okay, 11's the worst. 12 could possibly beat us. Who do you think's the best of all the teams on here? I would say either the 1 slot. I like the 3 slot a lot. I don't like the 2 slot at all. I don't really like the 4 slot. Yeah, I like the 3 slot. Look at him grabbing a rookie running back like a stud. What
that 3 slot is pretty good.
I like the 5 slot. Even though I don't like Bucky Irvin, I still think like the way he drafted was really smart.
Yeah.
Two stud wide receivers. I would rather had Jacob. Oh, wait, Jacobs was on the board. I would have rather had Kyron than Bucky, but whatever. I mean, that's just a player take. But like just for team construction, that's good. Then you grab one of the last elite quarterbacks that sells rushing upside. Sutton, you just got a number 1 in round 5. Laporta, you got a guy that went pick 18 last year in round 6. I'm not high on Jalen Warren, but where you're at, that's fine. I would have rather grabbed Keon Johnson, but and then Bo Nix to go with Sutton. Yeah, he's doing pretty well, buddy. Ramondre there. All right, I'm gonna check these chat rooms.
Oh God, here it comes. Spread's gonna look at the draft board.
I'm not beefing with Felix. He says if you're beefing with Felix, when you're going to title a video his location and name and attack him on stream and crash out, it's a must in the community. I hear when you beef with people in the comments. Mike, I'm not beefing with him. I'm so sad that our online friendship is over just because I took Najee Harris one time. It's not like I go into every single one of his drafts and snipe him. We did it once.
In your defense, I took Najee Harris.
Yeah, but he's still not. He's not in our stream. He hasn't DM'd me.
We're up in 2.
All right, let's go back to picking winners.
I'm putting my foot down here.
Tyler Warren.
No, we need a running back. We have 2 running backs for draft.
No, we don't. We need Tyler Warren, the best value in the whole draft. No,
You
Tyler
better
Warren.
go in the next 2 picks. Come on, somebody better.
Tyler Warren. The best pick in the whole draft is on the board. The best value. The guy's going to be going at number 18 next year.
He took Pacheco.
Yes, because God's telling you. Thank you. I love this team now. I wouldn't mind getting Luther Burden either.
They were good on wide receiver.
We want a running back, right? Can we take Scatterboo now if he's on the board when we get back?
Yeah, I mean, we're picking in the teens, 113.
All right.
That's fine.
Scatterboo. What's up, Jamie P?
So we got 2 rookies for spread, hopefully.
All right, chat, keep us going, man, because we didn't have anything for NFL news this week. Bro, listening to those pods that have to come out weekly, they have like nothing to talk about.
Oh yeah, they're winging it.
Yeah. Like my buddies get mad because all these articles are coming out saying nothing. I go like, what do you want them to say? Like there's nothing. Like you're just like if you're like an art, you write for the Las Vegas Review Journal. Like you pretty much have to write the same article for the next 3 weeks.
All right, pick 11 took another quarterback. He's got 3, 1, and 5 built right now.
Wonderful. I mean, 12 we were making fun of, but he actually kind of felt.
Starling got him.
I love it.
Can't even talk trash.
What's up?
Starling got you for a couple seconds. I was like, they weren't even letting you talk trash. He took another wide receiver. He's really rocking this one running back thing.
Because he's going to grab every rookie.
I don't think he's thinking like that.
Scatterboo. And then the best quarterback values on the board still.
Well, we're getting our backup QB.
Yeah, I'm just saying. I think Jordan Love is like way underpriced.
Yeah, way underpriced. I mean, don't get me wrong. He had some duds in there. But if he picks it back up, like he could put up numbers.
Yeah. It's like, would you rather have Jordan Love or Dak Prescott? Give me a break. Oh, look, I can't believe Adam Thielen's 128. I tell you what, if Fanspeak didn't exist, he'd be at like 150. I don't understand why all these guys on our website like him.
Like who?
Thielen. They all keep picking Thielen.
Yeah, I don't get the Thielen love.
Yeah, I don't get.
Did he already go in this draft?
No, he's on the board right now.
Oh.
There was other Fanspeak people in here. He would already gone. That's for sure.
I got into a slow draft on Underdog by accident. And let's just say that has been torture.
Dude, it sucks. You don't get the feel for the room.
No, like you're just every once in a while you get a notification that tells you to go pick.
Yeah, and then it's just like, yeah, I don't like it at all. Look at my cat being a little baller behind me. Oh yeah.
I thought like my computer was shutting down when you did that. I was like,
No,
what
I
is
was just
happening?
messing around. He does look pretty. She does. She looks pretty badass behind me though.
The dude in second
That's
might
more
have a
entertaining than
worse.
this board.
The dude in
What's
second
up?
might have a worse build than the dude in 11th.
Yeah, he might. He's got all the players I don't like that I'm so down on.
He has one wide receiver spread.
He has 2 tight ends before 2 wide receivers.
He has 2 quarterbacks, 6 running backs, 1 wide receiver, 2 tight ends.
Yeah, because anytime you get a chance to draft Baker Mayfield in the 7th round, you have to take it. Unbelievable.
Quentin Johnston getting picked. And
all right, what's next?
probably just go back to running back. I don't hate doing that.
Who's on the running backs?
Probably be Tank Bigsby.
Tootin?
Tootin ranks in at 140. We're at pick 128.
Can we take Kincaid?
I'm fine with that.
Let's take Dalton Kincaid.
We just got to get running backs in this room. We only have 3. And our next pick is probably going to be one of our quarterbacks. So,
Well, Kincaid's gone. I want Cortland Loveland or one of the quarterbacks.
just take Big. We got to get another running back. Let's take Bigsby.
He sucks.
At the end of the year, he played well.
I don't like him. Plus, I hate to say it, dude. Is there a chance that Jacksonville has a coaching downgrade? I know they weren't good last year, but is this guy that impressive?
That's a wild take.
No, it's not. They fired a coach who'd won a Super Bowl before.
That dude's had like the weirdest career as a coach.
Who, Peterson?
Yeah.
I just think you can't win in Jacksonville. That's why I don't want Tank Bigsby. So terrible.
We were going to be rocking 3 running backs going into round. What is that?
We still are because Tank Bigsby doesn't even count.
If he
he's gonna make our lineup like once the whole season.
That's fine. If he can string together some of these games where he gets into the teens,
all these rookies could
look at these games: 28, 26. That's all we need out of this. Multiple games.
I would have rather reach.
Scatterbo is going to be on the bench, seeing 95 defenders from all the concussions he's got. So we're going to be relying on Najee and who's our leading guy, A-Chain.
We're fine. We could have got Tajay Spears.
We're up in 1.
I actually like Tajay Spears more than freaking Tank Bigsby.
Which quarterback?
Are we taking Stafford or Tua?
It's up to you.
Stafford.
Tua just has these random outburst games where he throws for like 300.
Yeah. All right. So what are we at now? We're at 2, 4, 5, 1.
Yep.
All right. That's a pretty good build. Only a couple bag picks in there. We're doing pretty good, dude. I don't know which pick I liked worse, Mark Andrews or Tank Bigsby.
Tank Bigsby. You're really going to hate it when Etienne gets traded on draft night and then they draft some stinker.
Why would I hate it? I'm part of the team with you.
Yeah, but I'm going to rub it in so bad when he becomes like an RB1 and they draft some stinker.
Yeah.
And then they win like 11 games.
That money.
Win the division. Then instead of sending you the money, I just send you memorabilia of Tank Bigsby that equals out to the money.
Tony Khan just killed my internet, dude.
So you didn't hear my joke at the end?
You can't talk crap about AEW, and you can't talk crap about Tank Bigsby, I guess.
I said
Otherwise,
you won't get the money if we win. I said all you're getting is whatever dollar amount equals out to that in Tank Bigsby memorabilia. Signed jerseys, cards, all that.
I don't even think they even have that much stuff.
I'll get you an in-home visit from Tank Bigsby.
No, thank you. I'd love that.
Then you could just rub it in that he won us the money and you didn't get any. How you feel about Thielen above Keon Coleman?
I hate to say it, that might actually be right. I mean, what did Keon Coleman do?
Caught a couple touchdowns.
Dropped a couple big passes.
Yeah. 32 catches, 578, 4 touchdowns. He had some stinkers in there.
All right, chat, hook us up with some hot takes. Get me fired up.
I'm very interested to see when this dude starts drafting wide receivers.
He's still going to draft one. There's stuff thrown out. Did you see Justin and Andrews where the guy drafted 5 quarterbacks in a row?
That's great.
To start. And they're just like, they're sitting there on stream like, well, this draft is obviously getting thrown out, right? I mean, like, how much fun is that?
Yeah. They're like, we can't even just restart.
Are we doing running back next to make up for that terrible Tank Bigsby pick?
What do we got on the board? I mean, we could just fill out our quarterback room.
I don't hate that.
See what happens here. He took him, so
okay, cool.
Jaden Higgins
or Ray Davis. No, I don't.
But Ray Davis. I like Ray Davis.
You want Ray Davis? Okay.
I think he's going to get worked in more. Also, they said Cook wants paid, and they ain't going to pay him, so we might see a little bit more Ray Davis here. It's worth 2,551.
Yeah, we should get a backup. Is what's his name still on the board? Komet?
Yeah, he's 172.
Right. Maybe not this. Well, go back to the draft board.
We'll be fine.
Want to take Komet here or wait till 175?
We'll wait. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tight ends ahead of him.
Okay, fair enough.
We can even take one of those guys if we want, like Kate Otten, Ertz, Ferguson.
I want Jaden Higgins or Trey Harris.
If Jaden Higgins makes it to us, I want Jaden Higgins.
What about Jerome Ford? What do you think of him this year?
He's going to get a lot of carries in Cleveland. It doesn't look like Nick Chubb's coming back. And they really don't have another guy. So he's quietly.
They'll probably draft him, but he'd be 50-50 even so.
Yeah, right? Still. But he's quietly sitting in like the 140s, and he's probably an RB1. It kind of feels wrong.
And if they did draft Abdul Carter number 2, like that defense will be legit. They'll be running a lot because they won't be getting blown out, you know. Yeah. Like they might lose a lot, but they're not going to get blown out.
I don't hate the Jerome Ford idea. All depends on
what about Dylan Sampson?
We got big explosion plays. We'll make messes over your spread.
You want to grab him?
No.
Why not?
Because he just feels like a big boomer bust guy.
That's where we're at. Boomer bust territory.
We're going Jaden Higgins anyway, so none of it matters.
If Higgins was gone and I made you choose between Trey Harris and Dylan Sampson, who would you take?
Trey Harris. Okay. I would rather take Jalen Wright over Dylan Sampson.
That's fine. What about I think Rico Dowdle is not a bad pick here either. If
I don't hate Rico Dowdle.
I think he's a better runner than Chuba. What do you think?
I think they're close.
Okay.
Our guy drafted another running back finally. He's rocking Kareem Hunt and Aaron Jones.
Great job, buddy.
And we're coming up on
round 12.
On the 2 pick. Let's see if he takes a wide receiver to go. Who's this one wide receiver? Scary Terry. Just got to get Scary Terry some help in that wide receiver room.
Do you think he's pissed and do you think he's trying to get it thrown out?
I don't know what he's doing. But, like, it doesn't look like he was building anything to start. You see what I mean? Like, where could he have gotten sniped at that screwed him?
Jaden? No.
Like, if he wanted the Josh Allen build.
He took Jalen Tolbert.
Yeah, he took Tolbert. So he got 2 wide receivers. He got him a little help. Let's see what he goes.
Terrible.
I mean, Tolbert's their wide receiver, too, right now, with no Cooks there. Not the worst. Especially for the range you got him. Do we lose spread again, or is he just being quiet?
I'm here. No, I'm here. Hard, huh?
Mike Gesicki, Braylon Allen. We're up in 3, so I'm going to switch back over. Take Komet here. Still 3 tight ends ahead of him. Everyone hates Freiermuth, and I'm with him. I don't like him either. You sitting over there in disgust because we only have, what, 3 rookies?
So we're in disgust because I pay so much money for Starlink, and it dumps out like 5 times a show.
Well, you also are in the middle of the forest. You got to climb up the tree and put it up there. Take our tight end, Mr. Komet.
Did we get him?
Yeah. Then on the way back, we'll target R.J. Harvey, rookie running back.
R.J. Harvey? I don't know a lot about him. Where did he go to school?
UCF running back.
Green Bean, what's up, buddy? I hope you're not in the 11 spot or the 2 spot. What if he's like, rate my team? I drafted 2nd. All right, so we're going for Harvey.
Yep.
Isn't PJ Harvey like a 90s band?
What?
Is there a band called PJ Harvey? I don't know.
You're asking the wrong guy.
Yeah, and no one in this chat will be old enough to even remember. But I think I'm right, guys. Who's DJ Giddens?
I forget exactly which school he came from, but he's probably going to be the guy we pick now because RJ Harvey's off the board. Either him or Corum, your choice. We could either go.
Bro, it'd be one thing if it was raining, but dude, it's 68 degrees out here and beautiful.
All right, well, we're on the clock, so you can tilt 1 second. Do we want Giddens, the rookie? Do we want Corum, the second-year player, or do we want Nick Chubb, all reliable?
Not Chubb. I want Corum.
Okay, we'll go Corum. All right, you can go into tilt mode now.
Bro, it's 68 degrees and perfect sunshine, dude. If it was snowing, yeah, okay, cut out on me. Unbelievable, dude. The worst was yesterday. I'm like doing the show with Ski, and I'd ask him a question that I'd want to know the answer to. Hey, hold on a second. The car people are calling.
Okay.
So
Spread was getting into a story for us just to leave us on that cliffhanger. That's just not the way you do it. Let's see how these guys ended up building out. So 4-3-7-2. So they came around a little bit. 3-4-7-2. Our guy over here 3-7-3. We got some weird builds. Ugh. See if we can get a little bit of correlation in the back end of this draft. Maybe get some rookies. See who our guy in second's going to pick. There goes Freiermuth off the board now. I think Loveland could end up being the better tight end over Warren. You're getting him, what, two and a half rounds later. Do not hate waiting on that, but don't let our guy Spread hear that one. Cedric Tillman. I mean, when he had those games with Jameis in the middle of the year where he had the yards, now getting Kirk Cousins more than likely, he might have some decent games. So our guy took Tank Dell in the 2 slot, who might not even play a game this year. Rough one. Rough one.
someone took Tank Dell.
Yeah, dude in second.
Way. Did it dump on me again?
No, you're good.
I thought it dumped on me again.
I think it dumped on him just as he said it.
What's up, Felix? I was just lamenting the loss of our internet friendship just because I drafted Najee Harris once. What were we talking about, Tyler? Oh, Starlink is worse than Clyde's player takes. I mean, just
yeah, you were starting to freak out that it was cutting out.
Unbelievable. Can we get my guy Ollie Gordon?
Sure.
You don't like him, do you?
I can care less for him.
What about Isaiah Bond?
He's all right. But, I mean, at this point, who else do we have here? Kyle Williams is still there. I'd take him over Bond.
Would you?
I'd take Restrepo over Bond.
Do we have Stafford? Do you want to take Tutu Atwell?
But we do have Stafford. Do we have Stafford? Yeah, we have Stafford. We need one more wide receiver, one more tight end, and a quarterback.
We don't need more running backs?
No, we're at 7.
Isaiah Bond or Jack Beck?
Why not just wait and take Restrepo?
Now you want to take Fannin next?
Yeah, that's fine. That'll fill out our tight end room.
I have not drafted Pat Bryant. Have you, Tyler?
I hate that guy, Spread.
Why? Who is it? Des Bryant?
Oh, you said Pat Bryant? I thought he meant Pat Freiermuth. I don't even know who Pat Bryant is.
Mm-mm.
Rookie wide receiver, it's looking like, but couldn't tell you what school he played for. Let's get Fannin off the board here.
Do we have lines for NBA up tomorrow yet?
What?
Is there NBA lines for tomorrow yet?
Probably not with 10 games up. I'm going to throw up the big board. I got to use the bathroom.
They already had the Lakers number up.
Yeah, because that's a look who they're playing.
Dallas. All right. We'll go through the draft here. Jatavion Sanders, last year's darling. He did all right. I think he was good during one of the playoff weeks. Dontavian Wicks. I like Royals. I think that's a good pick there. I mean, Nick Chubb in round 17 is not bad at all. I remember getting a lot of Shipley last year. I was a little disappointed. He really didn't do a lot at all. So that was fairly disappointing. Noah Gray. I don't hate that at all. I mean, doesn't it seem like Kelsey's pretty close to done? There's the guy, Curtis Samuel. We were talking about him last year. Him, Shakir, and Keon Coleman were all going around the same spot. Look how things have changed over 1 year. So Pat Bryant went to Illinois. Tyler.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with Pat Bryant, but no, I have not clicked his name once.
Well, we can draft him now, right? We still need a wide receiver, right?
We could, or we could just go with our old reliable Mr. Restrepo.
If Restrepo's on the board, I want him.
He's fallen down the boards. He sits
Why?
now.
Because he ran like a 5.5.
Yeah, he sits now at 228. Like Bond's ahead of him, Beck's ahead of him, Kyle Williams is ahead of him. He's behind Brandon Cooks, who's had a headache for like 5 years. Let's do it, spread.
Right, let's go back to the board. Who are we going for, Restrepo?
Yeah.
Sure we don't want that 2-2 Atwell correlation?
He's so bad. Stafford also just funnels it to the main guys. Like,
if you pick Atwell,
and the other thing too is like if I'm taking a Rams wide receiver that's not Adams or Puka, like I'm taking the swing on Whittington. I'm taking a swing on Whittington being the guy. But I'd rather have Restrepo. It's gonna be wide receiver 3.
You like Restrepo more than him more than Beck, right? Or Beach, or however you say his name. Right.
Restrepo is going to be wide receiver 3 on some good team, sitting in space all game, just eating up yards.
Dude, I'm hungry as heck, dude. NBA rundown's going to be tough today. I'm going to make some food here real quick, Tyler.
So what? We have one more pick left, and then we can wrap this up because I got to get out of here.
All right. Well, we already reviewed the other teams, so.
Yeah, I mean, we have to pick our last quarterback spread. Do we sound the whistle?
Who?
He's way down here now. Or is he already picked?
Who do you want?
Let's say good old Daniel Jones, but it looks like he's already been picked.
Of course he's already picked. He just get us Russell Wilson.
When did he come off the board?
Can we grab Jalen Milroe?
I'm fine with that. He went the pick before we took Fannin.
I mean, at that point, it's just all darts, right?
All right, we're on the board. You said you want some Milroe?
Yeah. All right, that's it for us then, right?
Yep. We can go over the team real quick if you want.
We'll go over our team, but we don't have any Fanspeak people in here, so only our team. We've already trashed the other teams enough. Puka A-Chain's an interesting start. I love round 3 DJ Moore. I think that's going to be a steal. Rashid
round
Rice.
4 Rashid Rice could also be a steal.
Yeah, it could also kill us. Najee, great pick, right, Felix? Jalen Waddle, boomer bust. Shakir, safe. Actually, Shakir's a great pick since we did Rice and Waddle.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, because he's a reliant guy. He's going to get 5 to 6 catches a game.
Yeah, he's our 10-point guy. And then, yeah, all right.
Anytime he scores, it's just going to boost him.
Caleb, our pick in round 9 won us the pod. So we got Tyler Warren, so we'll win the pod. Scattaboo, love it. Let's not even talk about round 11. Yeah, I was Tank Bibsy for those people who are just listening, not watching. I did not like that pick. Then we took Stafford, Ray Davis, Jaden Higgins, a Fanspeak favorite, Cole Kmet for a little correlation, Blake Corum for a little correlation, Ollie Gordon, who knows where he ends up, Harold, and then look at these rookies at the end. Now that's how you do a big board, bro. You swing for the fences, dude. We're going for first place. We don't care if we get 12.
Yep.
So that's our team. All right, we'll be back. Felix really thought the Najee pick solidified our team, so thank you for that, Felix. Tyler, next Tuesday, guess what?
What's that?
I don't have to go to CarMax.
That's a good thing to hear.
My appointment's for next Thursday, so we'll talk about that for a rundown. But we should be on time next week. We'll settle it. We'll get it going. We want to thank everyone for joining us. Reminder, the stream is brought to you by fanspeak.com. We just made it to 500 subs here on this YouTube. Right now, we're on the highway to 1K. We had a nice little 500 sub party, but for 1K, 24-hour live stream. Help us make it happen, guys. Share the video with your friends. Head on over to fanspeak.com. Tyler, final words.
Yeah, I think we had a good draft. I think we're in an easy pod, so hopefully we can get out of this pod and get to the next round.
Tank big.